Hello, it's Rebecca and today is another book review day and I have been reading Flossie Teacake Wins the Lottery by Hunter Davies. So I will read you the blurb, then talk to you about the book. Flossie never meant to win $1 million. All she wanted was to buy a lottery ticket because as her normal 10-year-old self she wasn't allowed to. By slipping on that magical fur coat, Flossie is transformed into Floz, the teenager who can go anywhere and do anything. And that includes buying a lottery ticket, picking her lucky numbers and winning big money. Now millionairess with attitude, Flossie Teacake is loaded. So what will she do with all that dosh? So if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that ages ago I was looking for Flossie Teacake's Fur Coat by Hunter Davies, which was a book that I read when I was a child and wanted to own a copy. I'd read it so much, I'd borrowed it from the library again and again and again and read it so many times, but I wanted to own it. And I found it online. And I also found that there were 4 other books that followed on from Flossie Teacake's Fur Coat. And I was so excited because I hadn't read any of them and the first book was so brilliant that I just had to have the rest of the series because books, really, no excuse. So the first Flossie Teacake book is split up into about 4 or 5-ish, I can't remember, really mini stories. And it's about Flossie. She's 10 years old. She lives at home with her parents. Her brother Fergus, oh, I forgot his name there for a second. Her brother Fergus, who's I think about 15, and Bella, her older sister, who is 18. And Bella wears all fantastic clothes. She gets them from charity shops. She gets them out of Skips. And she's just a really crazy kind of teenager who can cut her hair and change her hair colour and dress how she wants and wears makeup and can go out and have all the fun that Flossie wants to have. But Flossie is only 10, so she isn't allowed to do those things. And one day Flossie creeps into her sister's bedroom, which is very naughty and she knows she shouldn't do it, and finds a fantastic fur coat. And when she puts on the fur coat, she turns into Floz. She grows, she becomes slim, she's 18 years old, and she can go around doing all the fun things that 18-year-olds do. However, it's quite funny because although she has an 18-year-old body, she still has a 10-year-old brain. And it's kind of that strange juxtaposition of grown-up and child kind of all in one thing. So they were really good because they were little stories and you just got to see Flossie doing really silly things. This book is just about Flossie winning the lottery. So it's kind of the same length as the other books. By the way, it's a children's book. Did you not realise that? Yes, it is. It's a children's book. And that was quite different, having the whole book about one story rather than a few chapters, all kind of different stories. So that made it a bit something that I wasn't used to, because I recently read Flossie Teacake Strikes Again. I think that's the title of the book. And again, that was split up into short chapters where Flossie does something crazy and strange in each chapter. So Flossie and her family have to sit down every Saturday night to watch the lottery. And, oh no, Fergus must be 16 because he's bought a lot. Did I say 16 or 15? I can't remember, but Fergus must be 16 because he's bought a lottery ticket. Flossie's dad has, and so has Bella. And they sit there and they watch the lottery. And Flossie really wants to play the lottery because everyone gets so excited about it and what she could do with £1 million would be amazing. So she puts on the fur coat, she goes out, she goes to the local shop and buys a lottery ticket. And you'll never guess what? She wins the lottery. Who would have thought it? And it's not as funny as the other books. It's not as enjoyable. And I don't know whether or not it's because it's one long story or whether or not the subject matter isn't as funny as the other things that Flossie has done. Because there's bits in this book that are quite serious. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because when you read it, you'll realise that the serious things are really important. And I won't say what they are. But it changes my opinion of Flossie a little bit, because I found her a little bit brattish in the other books, and in this book I find her a little bit nicer. So I don't know whether or not the character of Flossie has changed, or the way the story has been set out and the build-up of character, because we get to learn a lot more about her in a longer story, has changed my view of her. I don't know, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the original Flossie Teacake's Fur Coat and Flossie Teacake Strikes Back. There are still 2 other books, Flossie Teacake Again I think it's called, and Flossie Teacake Goes on Holiday. And I will be reading them because, I don't know, there's just something amazing about being able to put on a coat and turn into somebody completely different, but also still the same. Something from your imagination, how you would like to be. And I think if we could change the way we looked just by putting on a coat and kind of acting out, not our fantasies, but just the way we would like to present ourselves that maybe we can't possibly present ourselves. So yeah, I still like Flossie. I still like the idea and the stories, but this one I didn't like as much as the others, which made me sad. But like I say, I'm still going to read the other two, and I'll go back and reread Flossie Teacake's Fur Coat because it's really funny, really good. I really like it. And probably I'm a bit annoyed with Flossie because when I bought my first lottery ticket when I turned 16, I only won £10. I know you can't really complain, but what I could have done with $1 million. Anyway, read it if you like the Flossie Teacake stories, because it, like I say, there's bits in it that make me kind of go, oh, Flossie, oh, that's really lovely, but didn't enjoy as much as the others. So if you'd like to hear any of my other book reviews, then please subscribe to my channel. I put videos out every time I've read a book, done something bookish, bought books mainly, that's all I really do. So if you're interested in books, books, anything to do with books really, then please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.